What are we doing, babe?
Going to Atlanta.
What for?
My birthday.
And Christmas.
And Christmas. It's all wrapped up in one.
What are we going to do there?
It's a big boat. We're going to go to JOHNNYSWIM.
And where are we staying?
The hotel where we stayed 25 years ago on our wedding night.
There's a stalled vehicle ahead.
Oh. Okay.
That's where we're going.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're headed to see tomorrow
JOHNNYSWIM.
JOHNNYSWIM, which is
My favorite band.
your favorite band ever.
Ever.
Why?
Because lots of reasons. They are phenomenal musicians. Their voices are better live than recorded, which is saying something because they're very good recorded. They also are great storytellers, and their music tells great stories.
What category of music are they?
Somebody asked me this the other day, and I was like, I think they're actually labeled as like folk, but
Yeah.
it
Seems
not.
very soulful folk to me. I don't know what kind of category to put in.
It's they're their own category.
It's very lovey.
Some of it, and then some of it's like
romantic. Some of it's not. Some of it's
some of it's not.
very story driven.
Yeah.
If you had your way, we'd go to every JOHNNYSWIM
We
concert.
would. I begged you to go in December. I found out they were in Charleston like the next day, and I begged you to go, and you said it's not.
It was just too much to pull off on short notice.
So, but you
And
did
that's
pull
like a
this off
4-hour drive. We have been to Asheville, which is like a 1.5-hour drive,
in Greenville.
and Greenville, which is only right down
But
the road.
I feel like, because they're from California, so I feel like every time they're on the side of the country, if they are within 4 hours, we can get there.
Oh, anywhere within 4 hours, right?
Well, because Charleston's really 3.5.
Not really. You don't like me to drive that way.
I don't, actually.
But we are going to Atlanta,
Yeah.
where it's only about 2 hours away. Unless you go the route we've gone, which is off the beaten path because it's much more peaceful. The interstate is stupid. And it's taken us about, I don't know,
Double,
are
maybe.
we on the 3rd or 4th hour now?
Yeah.
But it's all good.
It is good.
We're going to have a blast. Yay, JOHNNYSWIM.
Yay, JOHNNYSWIM.
What did you say? Read that sign again. What did you say? Smile, you're on surveillance.
You're on surveillance, and it says nothing. It says
It
smile.
says smile, you're in Sewanee.
Yeah.
Sewanee, Georgia.
I thought the top of it was like a camera.
That's funny. Oh my gosh, that is funny. Nope. We stopped at Five Guys. We're terrible. If this is like a vlog format, we're terrible because we didn't even take a picture at Five Guys. And I even like to do Google reviews and didn't even bother taking a picture
We
there.
were very hungry.
I've probably Google reviewed that location before.
Maybe. We were focused.
Whatever. Yeah, we were
I was ready
digging in.
to eat some fries.
well about some Five Guys. That's not a Mustang. Well, it's an electric Mustang.
But what does that mean?
It's electric.
I know, but is that a Mustang car?
It's
What is a Mustang?
a Ford is Mustang is a Ford.
That's a Ford,
Yes,
but that's not a Mustang.
it's an electric Mustang.
But it looks nothing
Ford
like
came
a
out with an
Mustang.
electric Mustang that looks nothing like a Mustang.
That is dumb.
I have a joke in my head, but I probably shouldn't say it.
The only thing that made me know that it was a Mustang is because it has a symbol on it, the end.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
It even does a little taillight thing like a real Mustang. Like a real Mustang.
It is not. It looks like a Tesla.
Speaking of Tesla, we passed a Cybertruck a minute ago. What do you think about all the people who are putting graffiti on Cybertrucks right now. What do you think about that?
I think they need a better mission.
Oh, they need a better purpose in life?
Yeah.
That's good. Good thought.
What do you think about it? Oh, there's another one.
What?
Cybertruck.
Oh. I didn't know if you were going to say Cybertruck or Weird Mustang.
No, that's one and only I've seen of that.
You've probably seen more, you just didn't know that's what it was. It looks like a...
No, I don't know that I have. It's weird. Anyways, what do you think about?
I think those people are very deceived.
Have you seen pictures of them? They look like normal people.
Some of them do.
Well, the ones I've seen look just like our parents. Some of them. I'm serious.
Our parents?
Some of them. I mean, not our parents didn't do this, but I'm saying like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. They
and-
just look like, hey, this would be a normal, chill person, but they're putting graffiti on a Tesla. It's a little bit crazy. That's a little bit crazy.
Well, and the thing about it is those same people praise Tesla ingenuity and the advancement in electric cars.
Yeah.
They praised it until Elon became
Elon
a
didn't
Trump
do whatever,
friend
but
or
whatever
something.
all those
I don't
folks
know.
wanted
It's
him to do.
weird. Yeah. So I
Crazy times.
think that there's a lot of irrationality going on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think there's always been a lot of irrationality.
Yeah.
I read something the other day that said we were never meant to. Actually, I watched it. It was an Instagram reel. We were never meant to know the news of the world, and I thought that was a very interesting statement. And the point of it was like what makes the world feel so chaotic is that we aren't taking care of our communities. Really, we're more focused on like what's going on in the world and the chaos of the world because we have all the access to it versus like if something's going on in your community or your neighborhood or your whatever,
Being more involved with that, aware of and involved with that. It's a good point.
Like we as humans are meant to handle that type of information and we can do something about it versus sometimes you look at all the things that are going on and you're like can't do anything about that, or it feels like you can't. What do you think about that statement?
I mean, it's an interesting point. It's an interesting perspective, but ever since the printing press and mass distribution of mail, we kind of know the news. We just don't know about it as fast as we do now. Now we know about everything going on anywhere at any time.
Right.
And that definitely is distracting. It draws our attention away from the moment. More and more so. I mean, the more habitual we become about looking at our phones and checking the news and whatever's going on social media, which is the news these days, and all that, the more we are constantly getting that instantaneous feed of whatever's the latest right now that's going to be different in an hour.
Do you feel like when you consume that information like you're talking about, do you feel like it makes you more anxious or like
I'd say
more worried?
I would say yes. And we kind of become a little numb to it. We get used to it.
That's
And we don't even realize how it's affecting us.
I don't really watch news anymore because of how it affects me. I read it. But I still have to be careful with that.
Yeah, because it's easy to get, again, sucked into the constant feed of it on social media.
Yeah. Or desensitized, like what you're saying, where it's like, oh, another whatever. Yeah.
Remember when we used to live down here in this madness?
Yes.
All the traffic. Of course, we're staying off the highway, but so it's kind of nice to just see the other roads.
Not the interstate.
Which, by the way, the roads here are much better. The roads in Georgia are much better than the roads in South Carolina, hands down. Not even
hands
close.
Down.
Not
I
even close.
don't feel like I'm gonna hit a pothole and break my tire off. Yeah.
But when we lived here, you couldn't really get anywhere in less than 20 minutes.
That's true.
And now I feel like that's maybe worse.
Here?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, just anywhere in the metro area, metro Atlanta area.
I guess
if you had very far to go at all.
Probably depends on what time of day you're doing, though.
Yeah.
Like school time, work time, you're just gonna be sitting in traffic. But maybe about 10 a.m., like 10 to 1, maybe.
Maybe.
If there's not an accident.
Or anybody pulled over or stalled or any other reason for people to go.
Slam on their brakes. Yeah. Are you sad that we don't live in this anymore?
No, not really.
You happy?
It's a good place to visit.
It is a good place to
Go back to our peaceful, rural life.
Where we chose to be 20 minutes from everything.
Basically, we can be in downtown
But it's not because we're sitting
City.
in traffic.
in 20 minutes.
Yeah, but it's not because we're sitting in traffic.
It's because we're 15 miles away.
Yeah.
But we can still get there in like 20 minutes.
Correct.
Maybe only about 12 miles away, but still.
Well, that now depends on what time of day it is as well, because school
Yeah.
traffic is.
And it's getting worse. So everybody moving there. Everybody wants to run into each other on the highway and rubberneck and all the things. So
Yeah. And all you people who drive like maniacs, chill out.
yeah, you're moving to our way of life because of the way of life.
We're
Like
nice.
adopt it and
Smile.
adopt it and leave behind your old ways.
We try.
Like the Bible says, go and sin no more.
Sin no more. Including in your driving. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. The South is such an interesting place. I need a better word than interesting. It's such a different culture than the rest of the world because, and there's good and bad, but most, I think, more good. So the other day I went to the post office, and every time I go and there's a gentleman, older, younger, it doesn't matter, coming in or out of the post office, they hold the door and wait. And it's not just me, it's all the women. They do this for all the women. So it's not like I'm special. And that doesn't happen anywhere else in the world.
Anywhere else?
I don't
You think
so.
it's just in the South?
I mean, I'd love to hear people's opinions, but
Oh,
I've lived in a lot
there you
of
go.
places.
We need to hear people's opinions.
I've lived in a lot of places.
Shawna has lived in a lot of places, and she says
That people, men and boys, because boys are trained to do this in the South. They open the door for you, and they
but
wait.
not in other places.
No.
Okay, we need to know if that's true.
And they wait for you to come through till they go through. It's very chivalrous. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing out big words.
Yeah.
Chivalrous.
I feel like the South still has chivalrous men.
Chivalry is alive.
It's alive. And it's endearing.
But is it toxic masculinity?
No, I don't. They know I can open the door on my own.
We laugh at people who think that way.
Yeah, they know I can do that. I just
That's
think,
right. We know you. Get your door. Get your own door.
Yeah, they're not like that. There's like a...
How does it feel to treat women like that? Get your own door. That's basically what you're saying if you're not willing to open the door for them. It's just nice, isn't it? It's just kind. It's a good thing to do. It's
It's
honoring thing.
It feels honoring. It feels like I acknowledge you're different and I respect you and I hold the door for you.
Yeah.
It's not like a putting me down, I can't hold the door or open the door for myself. It's I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna switch this conversation to another Southern thing that I know you don't agree with,
boy.
but maybe has the same type of purposeful intent.
I know where you're going.
Yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am.
So disagree on this one. They don't.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Mr. and Mrs.
They do. Oh, I did teach my children to say Mr. and Mrs., but not yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Not yes, sir, and no, sir. They can say yes, mom, no, mom, yes, dad, no, dad. The sir and ma'am thing, where I was raised, if you said that to somebody, you got in trouble because it was perceived as rude. Like you were calling them an old person.
Well, you were also raised in places that didn't open the door for women, so...
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm just saying, the same good intent is there. I would agree that some people take it so far that it's like petty.
I have other words to finish what you're saying, and I will finish my thoughts. But you finish yours first.
No, that's all I was going to say. I do think some people take it too far where it becomes petty, where when it's like constantly telling your kid, no what? Yes what? And it's like...
Well, here's the part that I don't like about it in the South. Here's the one thing, here's literally, I think the one thing I don't like about the South is people are fake. And so you can teach your child to say yes ma'am and no ma'am, and they're perceived as respectful all the while they're doing whatever they want.
They're really terrible.
Some are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see right through that. And I think that your parents are saying that you're so respectful because you say yes ma'am and no ma'am, and I'm like,
when behind all the adults back you're being a little demon.
And I would rather my children's actions and character speak for respectfulness than words.
Come on.
That, I think I also perceived that when I first saw how people were raising their children here, and I was like, I don't think we need to do that. I don't think that is necessary to be respectful.
Yep.
So that's my biggest pet peeve about that. Why I disagree with it so strongly.
Okay, then, well, do you think it's disrespectful if a man doesn't hold the door?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's disrespectful.
I think some people do. I think
it's, here's what I do think it's disrespectful for anybody.
An insult if a man is right there and doesn't hold the door.
Well, I don't think that way, but I think that if they fling the door open and walk through and let it slam for anybody walking behind them, I think that's like, oh, you have no awareness of anything
Definitely
around
inconsiderate,
you.
yeah. We call that the oblivion factor.
Yeah. So, I don't think it's disrespectful. And also, like, I think people have things going on in their lives where they sometimes don't do that.
Got a lot on their mind, not thinking about it. But some people are just oblivious.
Some people are just self-absorbed is what I would call it. And oblivious, but...
What other Southern things?
I don't know if we should talk about church denominations. I could have some opinions about that.
A church on every other corner.
Well, and like what they believe, and just so there's a lot of church opinions in the South.
And everybody's a Christian.
Everyone's a Christian. You could raised to know Jesus or God. So you're going to heaven.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know other Southern things. Except for now I have a Southern accent apparently. I've lived with you for 25 years and you've rubbed off on me. But now you don't say "oh," so I've rubbed off on you, so that's good. How do you say it now?
You make fun of me so much. I'm self-conscious.
Well,
that's what happened.
You needed to be made fun of for that.
Oil.
Oh, that was so good.
I have to get an oil change.
Yeah, that is what it is.
I'm gonna get my oil changed.
No. Yeah, I don't know what other Southern things. I mean, I'm sure I could think of some, but right off hand, I can't right now.
Okay. Here we are in our little hotel room. It's actually quite a suite.
It's not little at all.
This isn't the same as the one we stayed in 25 years ago, but it's definitely upgraded or updated. The one we stayed in 25 years ago was like a honeymoon suite. Remember that?
Yep.
And what's really cool about this hotel is these balconies that look out You can't really see it. Look out.
You allowed to get out?
I don't know. Maybe you can't. Oh. That look out there. So these are really cool. At least it was really cool 25 years ago. But we were so dead tired.
We don't remember.
We didn't get to appreciate anything about this
And
place.
we left at like out 4 in the morning.
This time we're going to be here for a little while, so we're going to enjoy it.
Great.
Here's another view of the balconies that I was talking about. The lobby area of the hotel. The next morning we had
Brunch at Goldberg's.
which is one of your favorite things to do. And after brunch and some walking around, we
Went to the gym, which is your favorite thing to do.
then later we went to the JOHNNYSWIM concert, and it was awesome.
It was amazing. As usual.
So good. Hopefully our audio over this makes it acceptable
I know all the words to
for
every song.
YouTube. Love it. So good.
I was sad when it was
The
over.
ending. Oh,
They could have done the whole thing again, and I would have been so happy.
we didn't take enough pictures and video
It was
to
in the
share
moment.
a ton of the experience, but it was pretty cool.
The event.
That's a wide angle from where we were sitting. Hey, look, there we are.
So the
And then we went to Steak and Shake after. That was very shady. And here we are, sadly, leaving the hotel. I'm checking you out, as always. And then we went for a little hike
We did. We found
in downtown Atlanta, basically. I
a
mean,
treasure.
who knows?
We found a treasure.
Who knew that the Chattahoochee River, I don't know why, I never really realized the Chattahoochee River runs right through Atlanta and has all these great trails and places to get right on the river, and you're in nature, right? Basically, right in the city.
Right, and it's literally
Right in
a
the-
mile from the Battery,
The Battery Park, yeah.
which is
it's-
where the Braves play. This is a mile.
Which is so cool.
It's wild.
It was beautiful.
So
You really couldn't even hear like interstate traffic and stuff out there. It was wild how we were so close to everything, but completely secluded in nature. Like in 5 minutes, we were back in the hustle and bustle of the city.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
Super peaceful.
So that was our Atlanta experience.